Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Neon Dynasty draft here on the channel. My name is Nikolai, and in this video, I will be taking you pick by pick and play by play through a Neon Dynasty draft, talking through all of my decisions so you know what to do in your own Neon Dynasty drafts. Before I dive in, though, I want to remind you to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more draft content, and comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. Let's get started. So, hopefully everyone's enjoying the format so far. Yes, the classic waiting for server. It's a classic. Ooh, and we have opened up a strong rare Springleaf Avenger. It's a nice 5-drop, but it's even better if you can sneak it into play with Ninjutsu and get back some permanents. So massive attacker also gets you some value by getting back permanents and an easy first pick. If this wasn't in the pack, it becomes significantly more difficult. I think I would end up on this Moon Circuit Hacker as just a 2-drop ninja that can do a lot of good stuff, either just as a 2-drop or sneaking it into play to get some card advantage. After that, the pack does fall off quite a bit. I think that Skyscraper is a little bit worse than I'm giving it credit for. I think I'm discounting some of the games where I have it a little bit stuck in my hand, but it is a nice card to build towards. So maybe I'd take that, or I would just take the Uncharted Haven, though. I think Skyscraper giving me a little bit of a direction might be a tad better. But Springleaf Avenger is a great start. We would like to play a green deck to pair with that, but we're going to leave ourselves open. Here we see Goshintai of Hidden Cruelty. It's a reasonable follow-up, especially because the green shrine is playable, but I think that this card is just going to be worse than another black card in this pack, which is the Long Reach of Night. Just kind of gets you a built-in like 3-for-1 because they either sack 2 creatures, and then you get a creature yourself, or they discard 2 cards and you get a creature yourself. Sometimes you nab something good. And overall, the card is relatively solid. It's also pretty spicy because it has Menace, and so if you do get it, you can then return it, like if it goes unblocked because of its Menace, you can return to hand with Springleaf Avenger at some point. So that's a good synergy, good 1-2 punch. I haven't gotten to play with this card yet. I was kind of avoiding it because it was bugged on Arena, but I think they fixed it now. At least when someone played it against me, it didn't have the bug, so I think I'll try this one out. And after that, Goshintai is a fine second pick. Spirited Companion is a fine second pick. I like Spirited Companion more than Imperial Oath second pick just because you don't want too many 6-drops in your deck. But we're off to a solid start. Ooh, and now we see a Boseiju Reaches Skyward, a card that I'm a big fan of. I've had good success with this one. We are starting a little bit high on the curve here, which means we're going to have to prioritize low drops. But I'm pretty happy taking a Boseiju because it gives me a second good green card to go with this Springleaf Avenger. And we don't have to pair it with black, but pairing it with black would be nice. And then after that, if this wasn't in the pack, Skyblast Samurai is an option. Containment Construct doesn't have the most synergy in this color pair, but it is a fine 2-drop in some decks. I don't think I would take it here, though. I'm not a huge fan of the air. Experimental Synthesizer can be good in the right deck. Safekeeping's fine as well. Honestly, after Boseiju, it's really hard. I wouldn't fault someone for taking the Samurai or the Synthesizer or even maybe Tamiyo's Safekeeping. But I don't think Safekeeping would be my pick. I'd probably take the Synthesizer and just stay a little flexible. Black-red can be a good artifact home. Okay, so we have 2 green cards, 1 black card. And then in this pack, we see a few good, solid black cards. I mean, Leech Gauntlet is a pretty great, I'm pretty happy playing Leech Gauntlets, and then Unforgiving One is playable. Story Weave is a pretty big blowout when you do get it to work, and it plays particularly well with, these slow 4-drop auras, Sagas, because getting the Boseiju creature earlier is nice, but not really the primary mode of this card. Season of Renewal works great with these Sagas that I have. I think I'm just going to take Leech Gauntlet, though. I already have some great late-game cards, and I just want a 2-drop to help me survive the early turns. And also just putting Lifelink onto a massive Boseiju is great. Hinata the Dawn Crowned is just a little bit too hard to cast, and it's miles away from where I am right now, so I'm not going to be taking that. If I wasn't taking Leech Gauntlet, I would either be taking Season of Renewal or Unforgiving One. Probably Season of Renewal. Ooh, and now there's another Long Reach of Night. Again, it is another expensive card, but I did just stabilize my early game slightly with this Leech Gauntlet, and I want to get more reps in with this card. It does seem pretty solid to me. And so we already have kind of our late game locked up now after we take this card. 3 really powerful Sagas, And we'll just be on the lookout for cheap plays. Virus Beetles would be fine. Fade into Antiquity is good interaction. Commune with Spirits can help us find our Sagas, but we're just going to take the strong Sagas here so that we can reap the rewards later of having a great late game. So our late game is kind of set. We have good win conditions, and we'll be just looking for early interaction at the moment. Like, if this was the only late game we got the entire draft, it might be worrisome, but we're probably going to find some stuff over the course of the next few packs. Wow. And now we get a Gloom Shrieker. This draft is going excellently. We have 3 great Sagas. If they do die, we get to Gloom Shrieker them back. We have Leech Gauntlet. We could even play this as a 3-drop in a pinch. Geothermal Kami would be nice because it does synergize well with some of our ETB stuff, potentially. It's a good card to pick up with a Springleaf Avenger. Gloom Shrieker synergizes with the Springleaf Avenger because we can pick it up. And it has Menace to help it connect. After that, I would probably take Haven or Geothermal. I think Emergence is a fine card, but I don't need more late game stuff. So I think I would probably take the Uncharted Haven just because I have so much late game already. Gloom Shrieker is also late game, but it's very powerful. Okay. I like Azusa's Many Journeys as just a 2-drop that can maybe let me play one of these powerful Sagas on turn 3. So that's a really good spot to be. There's also Searchlight Companion, which is a card I've wanted to get more reps with because it's kind of annoying to play against sometimes. It gives you 2 blockers, which can be good in this sort of deck. Also gives you an evasive creature to go with the Ninja. I also wouldn't mind a Season of Renewal. As I said, I would like to get one of these in my deck. 2 might be a bit of a stretch because you don't want to be too slow in best of 1, but getting 1 is a priority for me. But Azusa's Many Journeys is just a great 2-drop for my deck. It ramps me. It's going to gain me some life. Okay, I'm going to take the Grove Archer. Ooh, actually, I'm not going to this color. I do want to try this card. I've been like on the lookout for it. That's why I got excited when I saw it. I haven't gotten to play with it yet, but I do want to try it because I had someone play it against me and it looked pretty good when they played it. Even though I was initially kind of down on it. But yeah, we're just going to take Grove Archer here. I'm not going to take another 4-drop. I'm not going to take a black-red land. I don't think I need to splash at this point. And just getting a 2-drop, even though it doesn't like let me attack with this thing, it's just going to help me stabilize and stay defensive. And I've got a good late game already. I don't think Historian's Wisdom is very good. I think I will take the Harmonious Emergence. Kaito's Pursuit, not a huge priority for me. I do have like 1 artifact, but I'm not like looking for this sort of effect. Historian's Wisdom just doesn't seem good to me unless you really care about modified. Wow. Hero Oath. Debt to the Kami. I'm not going to splash that. I don't think I'm going to play any of the other cards though, so I might as well take it. Safekeeping Wield, Experimental Synthesizer Wield. Maybe this card's a little bit underrated. But I like getting the safekeeping. It's great for protecting my key cards. Ooh, and we get the Season of Renewal. Definitely going to take that over Unforgiving One. We don't have really a ton of ways to augment right now. And so just getting a nice recursive value card. We're kind of set on value, but it's still nice to have access to one of those. Just a great top deck for the mid to late game. And currently we're sitting very pretty here. We have great suite of cards, very powerful cards. Jeez. Ow. Both figuratively and literally. Ow. I'm trying to think if I can transition into white-green to play this. We did wheel the Imperial Oath. There's also another Long Reach of Night that we could just keep our experimentation going with that card. I have played white-green a decent amount, and I do want to try the Long Reach of Night. And we got past like a 6-pick Gloom Shrieker, so maybe we just pass Ow. I mean, Ow is an incredible card, don't get me wrong, but I do want to experiment a little bit. I've played white-green like a quarter, like almost a third of my drafts or something, so I'd like to get some extra reps with another color combo, especially because it seems open, getting past a lot of long reaches and stuff. I hope the Searchlight wheels, and yeah, we're just gonna stay a little bit simple here and not do anything too fancy. This can get back a Ninja or Rogue. We have 1 Ninja. But yeah, I'm just going to take Searchlight Companion here. Fall of Lord Conda. Maybe white's going to be open to going this way, but the rare is missing, so it could be anything there. Shadow Walker goes well if I get enough of the companions, but I don't think I'm really in the market for just a hyper aggro card like that. I just want to try the Searchlight Companion. Favor of Jukai could be also fine. Have not been super impressed by this Kami, but I haven't played blue-black yet, so maybe it's good there. You're just always getting a 2-for-1 out of it. I just wish it had like some sort of evasive ability like Menace or something. So now it's between Okiba Reckoner Raid and Fang of Shigeki. I do like both cards. Fang is a little bit more of a defensive option. Okiba Reckoner Raid is a little bit more aggressive, but the 2 life can still factor in pretty nicely. And I kind of like just taking all of the Sagas. I kind of want to get more reps with this card as well. I do like Fang. Also works well with Ninja synergies. But I have 4 or 5. This could be my 6th Saga. That's kind of cool. I can just like build the Saga deck. I kind of like that. Has a nice ring to it. Wisdom. There's a Terrarium in case I did want to splash. There's also another Searchlight Companion. I kind of just want to keep taking Searchlight Companions. I feel like I can find ways to use the creatures. Get some synergy going. Terrarium is nice if I was planning on splashing. I don't think I'm really planning on splashing, though. I think I just have rock-solid cards up and down the curve for black-green. I don't really need to splash. It will be interesting to see this in play. Ho, yes. Gravelighter versus Azusa's Many Journeys might be, like, close, but I already have a good number of 3-drops. And I like Azusa's Many Journeys just for taking more Sagas, because I think that's pretty cool. My 7th Saga. And I just think it's a good card. Like, it's a 2-drop that's going to gain me some life, help me get to my late game a little earlier. And again, the best card in this pack is the Tales of Master Sashiro. Saga number 8. 8 sagas. I mean, looking pretty good here. Got the 2 Searchlight Companions as just like nice blockers to keep the ground relatively stable. Got a lot of sagas here, so this is going to be a fun draft, I can tell already. I don't think there's any specific synergy pieces I'm looking for with sagas. The Story Weave card could have been cute, maybe, but I don't think you really need that card to be good. Speaking of Story Weave, I'm not going to be taking it here. You can put 2 lore counters on a saga, and then it flips it into a creature with 2 extra counters on it. Maybe that is good for me. I mean, I kind of want the removal spell, Master's Rebuke. I think I just want the interaction. I know that this card looks sweet in my deck, but the problem is it doesn't actually help me that much, because I'm playing most of the cards. I don't mind getting the value slowly but surely, but I might just die from not having interaction. So I think Master's Rebuke is the nicer pick to make there. Getting another one is fine. I'm happy about that. I even have a Tamio Safekeeping to make it a little bit safer as well. Because I don't have any interaction, really. I mean, this can make them sacrifice or discard cards. But I just you need to have interaction limited, which is why you have to prioritize removal, because otherwise you just lose to like random junkers, and it's really unfortunate. You're like, wow, my deck is sick, but I just lose to like anything. Getting 2 Master's Rebuke does make me wish I had the Fang of Shigeki. But Okiba Reckoner Raid is still going to perform well. And getting a 3rd Searchlight Companion. Maybe we'll get to try out 2 cards simultaneously. I do like being able to showcase different cards in the course of a draft, because it's just nice to be able to give you some new info. As I'm collecting the intel, I like to share it with all of you folks. Okay. I've been seeing a lot of late Asari captains, so maybe there's a hole in the metagame that can be exploited. Like, you just see one of these, start taking the samurai, and then if you wheel it, you know the green light's there. Don't think I really need favor. I could name Drone, so I can tap for any color to cast my Searchlight Companion, which is colorless. Historian's Wisdom. Probably not. Maybe the Kaito's Pursuit. Kaito's Pursuit could be sweet because I have a long Reach of Night to like also deplete their hand, but that's also a reason why it could be bad, because their hand's already going to be depleted. Sure, I'll take Grafted Growth just in case. Got 20 cards for a playable deck here, and they're all like rock solid cards. I don't have any like junkers in here. The closest would potentially be Searchlight Companion, but I haven't played with that enough to know that it's a junker. And safekeeping sometimes a little bit sketchy. But yeah, we only need we don't even really need any cards in pack 3. We could just play this as our deck and it would be fine. Okay. Light Paws, not particularly great. Orochi Merge Keeper is sweet because it ramps us up to these 4-drops. But I found that the Orochi Merge Keeper is basically the same card as Careful Cultivation, and we'll probably wheel one of those. So let's just take Okiba Reckoner Raid, keep the Saga train rolling. There's a Circuit Mender, which is a nice card. Rock Solid 3-drop. There's a Tanuki, but we're not really ramping into anything. And Reckoner Raid is sweet, so let's just do it. Okay, nice. We get a Bank Buster. That's a cool one. I've been wanting to try this card. I haven't seen it yet, and it just seems quite powerful to me. There's also Roaring Earth. There is a Careful Cultivation. Maybe we'll wheel one of those. Probably the Cultivation, someone might take the Earth. You Are Already Dead is fine. But yeah, Bankbuster's a cool card. What do we have that crews it? I mean, we have this Bamboo Grove Archer, which crews it. The Azusa thing crews it. Pretty nice on that front. But yeah, we're going to take the Bankbuster. I think it's a powerful card. Wow. So March of Wretched Sorrows. Deals X damage, and I gain X life. That's really good. There's also another Gloom Shrieker and another Azusa's Many Journeys in this pack. Man, do I have to pass on a Saga? I'm so sad. Passing a Saga is very sad here. I think I just need the March of Wretched Sorrows. I only have 2 removal spells right now, and the fact that it gains me a lot of life is going to be really nice. Like in the late game, I'll just gain like 10. I think Gloom Shrieker is really good, don't get me wrong. But I think I have to take March, and I think it's just a great removal spell because it's going to help me gain a lot of life when I need it. Okay, and then I can take another Bamboo Grove Archer. Another card to crew the Bank Buster, another removal spell for flyers. Man, that last pack was painful. Passing on not only an Azusa's Many Journeys so that I could have as many shrines, as many sagas as possible, but also on a Gloom Shrieker. I'm just like, oh, physical pain. Wow. Life of Toshiro Umezawa is insane. I have currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my 10th saga. I would have had 11 if I'd taken the Azusa. I don't think the Azusa was even the second best card in that pack. I would have taken Gloom Shrieker over it as well. But I think March is just too good to pass up. Like, the fact that in the late game I can deal 5, gain 5 is just going to really help me stabilize. Gosh, this card is also a beating. And we get the Fade into Antiquity. We currently have 10 sagas, so a pretty reasonable number. I don't think I'm going to need this second Tamiya Safekeeping. I'm already not playing this Emergence. We wheeled the Merge Keeper. Did not wheel either of the green cards from that pack. Interesting. Yes, the saga came back. Yes, I'm so happy. The Gloom Shrieker may have gotten taken, which means there was another black-green drafter. I can't imagine their deck ended up doing quite well. I mean, my deck is sick. It's got, I think I took every single saga that I saw, or because that one wheeled, I managed to get every saga that I saw. Let's go. We'll let somebody get their late card. Ooh, Reckoner's Bargain. I mean, all these cards are not making my deck. Well, we have to play every saga we have, obviously. Man, we managed to get March and Azusa's Many Journeys all from one pack. We're definitely playing 17 lands to maximize our Azusa's Many Journeys. Yeah, this is a sweet one. We're going to cut this Harmonious Emergence. Could see cutting both of those. What's my creature count at? 6 creatures, but then I have the 11 sagas, which will be creatures. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. That's got to be some sort of record. 11 sagas. This is such a sweet deck. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. Oh my gosh, I can even give the Reckoner Bankbuster Menace with my Okiba, guys. Oh my gosh, what a sweet deck. This is going to be stylish. Oh, yes. So, this is 41. We do want to bias slightly towards green, I think, because we just have a bunch of green 2-drops. So 9-8 seems reasonable to me. And then we already have a lot of grindy cards. I definitely like the Season of Renewal. Funnily enough, the creature half, getting back a creature is going to be the hard part with that one. Especially because this exiles itself. We only have 6 creatures. What creature are we getting back with our Season of Renewal? We would be able to get back Leech Gauntlet, Springleaf Avenger. I mean, Season of Renewal is, funnily enough, not very good in our deck. Because we have so many, like, using Season of Renewal to get back a Searchlight Companion in one of our sagas is probably going to be fine. So I think I'm just going to get rid of the Tameo Safekeeping. The card's a little bit weaker when you're, like, tapping out every turn, but I feel like our deck is going to be doing. We're just going to be, like, jamming our cards. And yeah, I like it. I think this deck is sweet, and I will see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my content at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and a special shout out to those at the credits level. If you've never heard of Patreon, it is a site where you, the viewer, can go and pledge an amount of your choosing each month to my content to help me continue to make videos and also gain access to some Patreon exclusive rewards like access to my Neon Dynasty card by card tier list. If Patreon is something that sounds like it would interest you, it's also worth noting that there's no long-term commitment, so you don't have to lock in, and you can check it out, cancel at any time, or rejoin the Patreon if you decide to do so. You can find more information at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, links in the description down below. But without further ado, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. We have a great start. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. Though, to be fair, we can't really do much with this bank buster for a little bit. Wow, just getting to immediately, like, totally pwn the papercraft decoy is so nice. Like, oh yes, get wrecked. I have to say, I think this is, like, one of the most, like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. The fact that this is a swamp and not a mountain really bugs me because, like, the most prominent piece of color on this is red. Life of Toshiro Umezawa. Monster, okay. I'm gonna use this one. I can also get 2 for 1's opponent. And we will attack. Because this is going to do it anyway. Life of Toshiro Mizawa only getting a 1 for 1. I mean, it's going to be a 2 for 1 because it's going to come with a creature at the end of this bargain. Wow, 2 for 1 central. You gotta respect it. We're going to play the Boseiju so we can start working towards that creature. And then we're going to start activating this Bank Buster. This is going to give us a blocker. The the guide bot. Well... I'm gonna draw my card. Maybe I should have drawn it before I made my other plays. I'll go to 10. So I could kill the Tawashi guide bot. That is an option. I think I'm just going to keep drawing cards with this. I don't need to crew it up or anything. Black-green can't kill this for the amount of mana it has. Maybe I'm just supposed to kill the Kami, because if they keep activating that card, they're going to die. That might have been better. Let's get in for max damage here. They could kill the Boseiju here and hit me for 7. The virus beetle. Yeah, now that I think about it, killing the Kami of Terrible Secrets would have been better. I mean, I did put some thought into it before I made the play, but I wasn't certain I could end the game quickly, so killing the bot seemed nice. Wow, spinning wheel kick goes to the bin. Could have played the land to buff this up by a power. That would have been better. I think they might have +3/+3. Which is why I wasn't that worried about this block. Okay. I didn't attack with this because they had a free double block to kill it at the time. It's been an interesting game. I mean, they got stuck on 5 lands. I have drawn a few more lands than that, but I also got some with the Boseiju. Using my first Master's Review kit aggressively, really coming back to haunt me in many ways. I do have chip damage in the skies. And just what the doctor ordered. Oh my gosh. Yes. What a game. That was actually really close. Kind of back and forth, back and forth. Fighting for positioning. Whew. And then the Sagas just got it done. Like, they had a lot of value in their deck, too. Sometimes I forget the Boseiju just comes with an 8/8. Just like, yep, I'll just play my Saga, get some lands. Oh, right, I have an 8/8. Just like that, it's an 8/8. Virus Beetle making me discard my guy was pretty brutal, but I was using all of my mana. They timed it well. That was a close one. I really needed that top deck removal spell came in handy. On the draw, this is an easy keep. Got the Boseiju to make sure I hit my lands 5 and 6. If I do get up to 4, I've got a couple draw steps. If I can already play my Leech Gauntlet to help me stabilize the early turns. Fade into Antiquity as interaction. I have 4 draw steps to draw 2 lands. Because that'll be by my 4th turn. Pretty reasonable. 3 draw steps to draw 1 land, which will give me a lot of time. It'd be really funny if they whiffed. They just have no enchantments or lands. It's just all instants. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh, it's a Fang of Shigeki. I'll probably trade my Leech Gauntlet for a Fang of Shigeki. And we hit the land. Let's go. If they attack me, I might just wait and then attack them back. Because I could always just Master's Rebuke the Fang of Shigeki. Gain some extra life in the process. They're white-green. Ooh, there's multiple different planes? For a second, I was like, unless this is an island for no reason. Trying to race a lifelink creature. Interesting. Sure thing, buddy. gonna kill the Fang of Shigeki. I have enough of a life total buffer that I'm not worried about this thing hitting me, and Fang of Shigeki can trade for my Boseiju, so I'm gonna want to kill it eventually. And just Boseiju plus this thing equipped to it could just be enough to just win the game. If they don't have anything too devastating. White Green's main way of dealing with a big Boseiju, oh yes, is a, oh, interesting. Just gonna tap out my mana. I could have attacked and then tried to use Toshiro, but then I'm not spending all my mana, and I want to get this Boseiju rolling. So if they hit me for 7, I can trade. And if they don't hit me for 7, they're just hitting me for 3 or 4. Unless somehow Geothermal Kami becomes an honorary samurai. Yeah, so we're in great shape. I can now use this to give +2/+2 to Leech Gauntlet. And block them for 4 with Lifelink. And even Master's Rebuke their Geothermal Kami if I want to. 2 to the top, eh? Okay, they're all tapped out. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the Toshiro play. It's always important to remember, you don't have to just look for a -1/-1 opportunity. Change of plans. Better. Don't have to attack. I don't want to trade my Elite Gauntlet for their 3/2. It can threaten and trade on their 4/3. Their life total is not an issue. My life total is not an issue. Next turn I can use this thing as a 4/4 to attack. I can Master's Rebuke their Geothermal Kami or something of that nature. Removal is just so important and limited that you just need to make sure you have it, like taking these Master's Rebukes pretty highly and stuff like that. Not gonna block. That probably means they have like something combat trick related or adjacent. And I want to be able to put another counter. I could, if it wasn't a big deal, I could have stacked those differently so I could put the counter on Boseiju. I am just going to go for -1/-1 now. They're going to get 2 first strikers. Still have Master Rebuke up. And I'm going to get 9/5/5 Vigilance. Beats. And I have this Long Reach of Night coming up. Monks, they are not warriors. Nice, I was hoping they would have that as their interaction choice. Oh, this should go very well for me. Yep. That's why being patient with your removal is also important, because they're eventually going to have to block my guys. And now I just get to decimate them. Nice 2-for-1. gain a billion life. Get the long reach of night rolling. Presuming they have spells in hand, this is going to be not ideal for them. The next turn I can fade into it. I can fade into Antiquity on this Intercessor's Arrest and attack them with everything. The sagas are so sweet. It's so good. Phenomenal cosmic power. Itty bitty saga space. Ooh. Ooh, they're getting back 2 cards. Nice. The value. Ooh, a Fang of Shigeki. I'm glad I traded for that at one point, but... Okay, so what are they gonna do? Here. Sacrifice or discard trigger. Maybe sack the Hand of Enlightenment. So I can free up my Boseiju, and then they'll just trade with it with their Fang. The win. So you might be wondering why I didn't just free up my 6/6, and it was because they would have used their Fang to block my 6/6, and when you have the option, you'd rather just give them fewer options. Like, maybe they have some weird, like, card in their deck I don't know about that makes them not want to block, and you don't want to give them the option. If the cards are going to exchange, basically going to trade my Fade into Antiquity for it anyway, might as well do it in a way that I know how it's going to resolve instead of giving them the choice. Like, unless there's some sort of hidden information where my opponent might not want to block my 6/6. So I'm like they're acting with like imperfect information. But like they're like combat, they're going to be trading with my biggest creature with their Death Toucher. Well, this is a good hand. On the draw, we have Triple Saga and a vehicle. Creatureless hand. The Reckoner Raid is here. Might get to do the Azusa into early Long Reach of Night. Ooh, black-white. Long Reach of Night is going to be less effective here. Still going to probably go for that, or I might go for the Bank Buster activate line, which could be good. Because this isn't going to be doing much for my plan, given they have this in play. Wow, interesting. This can stop those, or I can draw a card. Tough, tough, tough. I'm going to work toward drawing cards, I think. They're not really pressuring me, and I've got this 3-3 on the way. I'm glad I took this line, because now they don't get to, like, completely stop me from getting value. Which is certainly an argument for using the Bank Buster when I can. Okay. Wow, interesting. I'll trade likeness for the Dockside Chef. And I'm happier that they didn't make me trade it. Trying to get this Spirited Companion out of play before I use the Long Reach of Night. It's very greedy of me. I'm getting good value and I'm spending my mana, so as long as that's the case, I can afford to be greedy with it. And if they don't have anything to do, they might sacrifice it to their Dockside Chef. Ooh. Oh, opponent. And play Long Reach of Night and I'll keep a Reckoner raid this turn. I'm fairly sure they have all spells in hand. And discarding the Spirited Companion is tough for them. That is a strong spell they just discarded. I could crew. And then if they block the likeness of the seer, I get to cast another. Okay, so do me another rat. And then they're going to get their 5/5 worth of stats. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit worried about this thing. Really? They're attacking? So I could just trade off this Rat Rogue. Soak up the damage, stop them from getting it next turn. I'm gonna be able to attack them for 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm gonna stop them from getting their Rat Rogue. Okay, that's what they were doing. Sure. They discarded one of those. Interesting. And if I can force them to double block Azusa or trade off in some way, or get rid of their stupid spirit again. This card does look significantly better. Especially because I get to do this before they get that extra rat token back. I mean, this thing's got to be relatively sizable. Transforming 2 of my sagas this turn is pretty nice. So they have to sack a creature. Nice. I'll get my token and my pilot, please. Okay, so I think I'm far ahead here. Got Season of Renewal, I've got a massive board state, I've got this Begging Buster that's going to start attacking them. Oh, I don't even have to crew it with this to give it menace. Nice. Maybe I should have crewed that then. Oops, did not realize that was how that worked. I thought it had to be part of the crew to do that, but I guess not. I'll see you folks next round. Man, this is such a fun deck! I love it. The Sagas. 11 Sagas. It's like half of my cards. I mean, it's like technically a little over a quarter of the cards in my deck, but like considering I have 23 spells, it's like half of my cards. It's Sagas. Just insane. Just, oh yes, let me tell you a story. Can you imagine if every time I played a Saga, it was like, let me tell you the tale of an Okiba Reckoner. Raid that went quite well. We managed to steal several vehicles in this bank robbery. Now the bank robbery vehicle is the stuff of legend. I haven't even drawn my ninja insect, which for some reason always looks like a squirrel to me. Like until I read the type line, I just assumed it was a squirrel ninja. I was like, yes, squirrel ninja hype. I guess because the insect has like a hood and it looks like it's got like ears. Okay, nice. Nice. Azusa's Many Journeys into the Long Reach of Night, the combo. I'm so glad this wheeled in that one pack. Heck yes. Heck yes. Oh, opponent. So naive in the ways of the saga. There was once a human monk that loved to wander and loved to play extra lands. They once went looking for their good friend, Primeval Titan. No, I missed my land drop. I missed my land drop, and I'm a sad. I guess I don't even want to play this until they have a creature in play. I think that's how it works. So they can just choose to sack the creature. I think that was the bug with it. No! I need my land so I can get my Springleaf Avenger rolling. I shall strike you once. My searchlight companion is ready. Strike me down, Luke. You shall become more powerful than you ever imagined. Oh, yes. The power of the dark side of the Force. Aha, an artifact. I was wondering how I was getting punished for doing that. Oh my gosh, the shame. This is just ultimate savagery. Have all the reach. Knight has long fingers in this community. Many a long night has been spent looking for a searchlight companion. You're all I have, searchlight companion. Please don't let me down. I need you to stick around and keep me safe. When the night is gone and the companion is lost, and the moon is the only one I see. Oh my gosh. Trade, please. I would love nothing more than to trade with you, unstoppable ogre. No! Oh, the pain! The suffering! Why, the humanity? I could chip in for one, but I think I'm just going to leave up as many blockers as I can. I just need to survive until I start cashing in these long reaches of night. Night is dark and full of terrors. I could quad block this and force them to sack an artifact. I don't think that's ideal, though. I think they're just playing right into the long reach of night. I'm just going to start jamming these, and they're just going to have to start sacrificing all of their creatures. Okay, I'll block there. And, let's block like that. I don't even need to block this. I'll just block the ogre. They could have +3/+1 and trample. One day I'll draw the land I need. Okay, that works for me. Well done, spirit. You have done well. The searchlight companion is sad because they do not have anyone to search with. They yearn for another friend. Ah, yes. And so the long night begins. Oh, ho, ho, yes. Ah, yes, they say nice. They are a worthy foe. They are glad that I hit my fourth land and that the opportunity to fight me on my terms could commence. Soon they will be out of cards and out of luck. And I'm still not going to attack. I must be patient. Wow, kindled fury. Well, that's good to know. I guess they were desperate. Also, I think they're not going to like seeing another long reach of night because these creatures are not going to be long for this world. Oh, yes. And then Springleaf Avenger can return one of the long reaches of night to my hand because it's going to have menace and be able to attack. Okay. I do not want to take millions of damage. Soon all of your creatures will be sacrificed anyway. Need to worry a little bit about my life total. Just a smidge. And so the long night continues. Another kindled fury. God, the pain. Soon you shall perish, Scrapyard Steelbreaker. The long reach of night waits for no man. They should unequip this so they won't have to sacrifice their Steelbreaker to my last Long Reach of Night. They only have one creature in their graveyard? What? Long Reach of Night. Night is never ending in this small section of Kamigawa. It seems a malicious kami has infiltrated the system and refuses to let nighttime end. Oh, soon you shall fall, as all Jedi must. Chain Flay the Centipede. Okay. And I have this to replenish my life total. Just gain like 10 life on one of, I guess 4 life. The reason I like this card a lot is it reminds me of Erebos' intervention from Theros Beyond Death, and that card was quite nice. I think that one was a little bit better, but this is still pretty good. Oh, they just get to discard it if they want. It's so much funnier to just Springleaf Avenger back my Animus at Night's Reach just so I can get another one. Oh, man. They can also Dragon Spark Reactor it. I'm just going to Tales of Master Sashiro. I don't have any great permanents to get back anyway. Put it on the captain. Oh, captain, my captain. Gosh. As soon as I hit my 4th land, it was like, yep, they're not going to get to do anything for a long, long time. Gosh, this Dragon Spark Reactor is kind of scary. Okay, so they could deal the damage to me and kill their own creature to prevent me from gaining the life. I don't see why you do that. Why would you play the land when you know I have so many long reaches at night? One can only assume how much terror is wrought. If I had killed this in response, they would be dead now. But instead, I'm going to wait for them to use their Dragon Spark Reactor and then blow them out. Oh no, they didn't use it? Who does that? All my guys have Menace. Oh yeah, they did it. Of course they did it. Why wouldn't you do it? I just assumed they would do it on this guy. And now they just straight up done. Yes! The Springleaf Avenger clearly was the thing that carried me to victory that game. It wasn't a long and eternal night. Feeling good about the long eternal night. Roasting s'mores. Casting Kami. That sounds like the start of a like Disney Channel show. Like at the long night camp for kids. Yeah. Roasting s'mores, casting Kami. Long night camp for kids. Man, and yeah, I'm just now my mind's just gone completely, just thinking of plot lines for the Random children of Kamigawa stuck in the long night camp for kids. I feel like that would be not ideal because a lot of kids are afraid of the dark. And so it's just like, oh no. That's where you send your children if they've been very, very naughty. It's probably like, yeah. The show just went from a happy-go-lucky Disney Channel show to like a dark tale of like an orphanage where the night never... Oh my gosh. How could this have happened? Why would they fired the screenwriters after only one season and the show took a massive turn? Oh my gosh. Oh no. So sad. Okay, well, Tales of Master Sashiro is gone. We're gonna get it back when we use our Springing Avenger. And I wanted to make sure I hit all my land drops going up to that point. Definitely not letting this hit me. You'd have to pay me to let this hit me. I'm so afraid of them ninjaing something. Oh, ninjutsu. You are a fickle creature. Ah, yes, opponent. I'm ready. Come at me. I swear this looks like a squirrel. It's got the, like, flying squirrel vibes. Literally looks like it has squirtle paws. Well, geez Louise. I'm just gonna go for the classic Searchlight Companion punish. I could Life of Toshiro Umezawa, but I wouldn't be able to kill both of them. So I'm just gonna Searchlight Companion. I'm liking the way this game is going, though. Searchlight Companion so far has been an excellent card, and definitely one that I'm glad I've been trying out. An experimental success, one might even say. The success of the experiment depends on the success of the patient, and the success of the patient depends upon the validity and scientific background of the experiment. I like how this like pixelates. It's like, oh, it's all an illusion. Ah, yes, the Searchlight Companion. Humble, yet powerful. Okay, this is some trickery. They have something. They're up to no good. What could it be? Yeah. I don't really want to just walk into stuff. What could this be? It could be a combat trick, a rule spell. I don't think they could really have anything that interacts with this plan. Other than Mirror Shell Crab. Does it look like a Mirror Shell Crab? Even if it is Mirror Shell Crab, I still get to bring back the Searchlight Companion to my hand. No! Well, they still take 6. It does lose its abilities, though. Interesting. Maybe I was supposed to be patient. I considered it. If they are going to bounce one to their hand, I'd rather it be the Arm Guard Familiar. Yeah. It did use their premium room spell on my virus bug. I mean, on my Leech Gauntlet, so I'm okay with this. I could have waited to try and kill their Arm Guard Familiar too. They aren't going to be able to cast it for a turn though, which might be all I need. I can just hit them for 2 extra damage or gain 2 life. Oh, the Silver Thermist. And I'll gain 2 life. That is what we are referring to in the biz as a bummer. A bummer. 'Tis unfortunate, to say the least. Can't believe they got me with Spell Pierce. Correct. No, the Ninja Fur Master! It's too brutal. Oh, that's a problemo. Problemo. So this will be fine. I'm assuming they might want to equip their Arm Guard Familiar to one of their Silver Fur Masters, and so that's what I'm waiting for. Shape now. The long reach of night has begun. I assume they're gonna go for the equip here again. Which means they're forced into discarding whatever this card is. Sack the Ninja Fur Master, yep. I have good draws here. I'm gonna play this. Do I have 6 drops in the deck? No, I actually don't, so I don't need to play it. I'm feeling pretty good about my position here. This thing's gonna be pretty massive, isn't it? Yeah, they have 4 creatures. Nice. I'll take a 4/4 Menase. Namaste. Hit him. I could have, if I'd been chipping in with the Searchlight Companion, potentially be threatening lethal this coming turn. But I think keeping this back to just potentially block it in case I lost my likeness was a little bit better. So, up for debate for sure. Oh, the Dakuchi Shadow Walker. Ah, yes. And they concede! The surrender is nigh. No one can defeat me. My ninjas and my Searchlight Companions my Sagas and my Searchlighting is unstoppable. The tale of the Saga and the Searchlight. There once was a noble drafter who took 11 sagas, believing in the power of storytelling. And he weaved an epic tale, despite not taking the card story weaving, as he proceeded to crush all of his foes in his path to victory. There was also an insect ninja involved, and a bank robbery. But we'll get to that later. Maybe that's why Azusa got lost. She was lost but seeking because it came nighttime and stayed nighttime for a long, long time. Ah, yes, the bank robber returns. Hello, Reckoner Bankbuster. It's good to see you. Might just lead with the Leech Gauntlet, though. Start churning up my life total a little bit. Gaining some life is always a little bit nice in the early turns when they might not have an answer to this. I can just get the cards rolling from this a little bit later. Yep, so I'm going to be able to gain like 4 life maybe off of it, which would be excellent. Help me set up for those later turns where I really need that life total as a buffer. I do like the Modern Age, though. Sweet card. And I even drew a 3-drop. The beautiful Searchlight Companion. It's sad because now, I mean, it's not sad. It's fantastic because all of my viewers are going to get the massive edge of knowing that Searchlight Companion is great, despite the fact that it just goes around super late. That seems like the start of a rap song, potentially. Though I'm not going to try to turn it into one on the spot because that would be completely irresponsible on my part because I don't think I could deliver the poetry necessary for such a rap. Knock him for 1. Hold this up because I can crew it to block this guy if I need to. Secrets out. Searchlight Companion. So I feel like they have a combat trick. I want to be able to keep drawing cards. So I'm going to go for the less expected block, potentially. They have a combat trick. I mean, if they don't have a combat trick, it works out worse for me. But if they do have something that they were planning on using, it works better. Yeah, okay. So that card specifically makes this block look much worse. Actually, I can give this... Oh, no, I can't give it It's not -1/-1. That feels X damage. Okay. Sure. It's not actually a huge deal. If I get got by Spell Pierce again, so be it. They have a ninja, so be it as well. It shall be my fate. They shall get a good value out of their ninja. You can't play to stop everything. The Tale of Master Seshibo. Okay. I have an interesting decision on whether to just kill the Vector Glider here while they're tapped out. Because I can. I have X = 5. I'm just going to go for the slightly more efficient play. Like, if they put a counter on this, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to have a massive creature. Getting this into play is going to help me help myself into the late game a little bit. Doesn't look like they have ninjas. Tanuki, you would say. Oh, beautiful day. Oh, frabjous occasion. Boom. Krakatow. And then I'm going to play the Leech Gauntlet so I can activate my Bank Buster. Bust in the bank. Bank Buster's been pretty good. I've liked it. Felt pretty solid. Got my 8/8. They'd have to have Tamiya's completion to deal with the branch of Boseiju. Obviously, it would be better if they didn't have that, but if they do, I could still recover. Crew this. Circuit Mender can't attack. Double block Sashiro's Living Legacy. Draw a card off this. Oh, okay. Eye Turtle not getting cast is actually way better for me. They have 6 mana, so they couldn't cast it. But yeah, if that hit the field, it's a 6/5 ward flyer. It's much harder for me, I feel like. But this does have reach, so. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. But I know that you'll leave it. I'm surprised. Na, na, na. That hurt. They're out of cards, though, and we get to start churning out those chump block tokens. Oh, beautiful. You'll have to see it. Long reach of Night strikes once more. So I've got this thing, which can make a treasure token. I can play my land. Activate. Play Long reach of Night and Searchlight Companion. I'm not going to be too greedy here. Ooh, that's actually really nice. I'm going to be as conservative as possible here. I guess as conservative would be playing Searchlight Companion, so I guess I'm not fully as conservative as I could be. I'm still going to get one of my scaling sagas into play, make them sacrifice one of their creatures. I'm going to make the block now. I was planning on making the trade anyway, and again, you want to cut down your opponent's options, because if they don't block it, I get my leech thing back. But yeah, that's good for me. Okay, they have Boseiju. Slightly problematic. Gives himself the discard. Not the greatest. I do have more lands in play, though, so my Boseiju is going to be larger when it does come down. Not going to block. Oh, what am I doing? I don't really... I think I do want to play the Boseiju this turn. But I can get back my thing and hit them. And then get back my Leech Gauntlet with that. Okay, so I didn't quite have the mana to do that. But I can do that on my next turn. I can get back the Springleaf Avenger. And this hits for 6, so yeah, I think I got him. Still should have gone through the motions of crewing the record. Oh, man. The reason I didn't Master's Rebuke right away was because if I Master's Rebuke right away, they then can't, then they can respond by using Master's Rebuke on my flyer. So that was the logic there. 6-0 though. A classic victory for the home team. The Reckoner Bankbreaker. The Ninja's been pretty good too. Just a 6/5 that clocks them too. Maybe the Shadow Walker's a little bit better. It's just a 4 mana. Smack him upside the head. Let's see if we can finish off this perfect run. Get another 7-0 to our name. Sagas are super powerful. I don't think it's even a meme to just take like every saga. Oh my gosh, this is just such a sick hand. Curving saga into saga, if we're lucky into the other saga. Just like all of the sagas. They're just like massively understated creatures, so you just have such a huge power spike in the mid game. Okay. Or even the late game, because they still do good stuff there. Please hit a land so I can play this on curve. Oh, that'd be sweet. Come on, long reach of night. No, brutal. Just gonna play this, keep my scaling going. Bill's a sad man. That's what it's like to hit both your lands off that. I now understand. I was fine trading my guy. I'm just in a classic situation where once I get to my long reach of night going, I'll be in pretty happy shape. That was pretty good for me. The fact that they decided to kill my 2 1/1s is surprising. Probably because they have this guy. Not for long, but they did have that guy. Okay. Now would be a good time for a land. Not a land. Huh. They can sack Reliquary to draw a card. Sad day. I hope the last card isn't a combat trick. I certainly hope it isn't. Okay, this could go okay for me. Please. Yes. No pressure. I top deck a land. Gotta be kidding me. Just give me the... Ah! I'm gonna get a Searchlight Companion. It's my highest, like, not getting completely owned card here. Got the life to play with here. There we go. There we go. Oh, and then I can get it back with Springleaf Avenger just clocking him. Oh, it's gonna be so satisfying. No, never mind. That's not gonna happen. There's no way they let that happen. Maybe they will. I'm gonna try it. I kind of do. And I mistapped. I can't play my Okiba Reckoner raid now. Ooey. Kinda want the Azusa anyway. It's gonna gain me 3 life. And it's gonna allow me to do some nice stuff. If it because I can now block one of these things if it's katana. Gaining 4 life next turn. That's pretty good. I'm taking the hit. Okay, no go. Get jump blockers for next turn. They have to make some sort of block here, and they all have menace. Oh no, this doesn't have menace. Two jump blockers. More life gain next turn. They're at 1. I think I got this. And I'm at 6, and so neither of their creatures are lethal. Clearly gonna jump block both of them. Oh, this is satisfying. Okiba Reckoner Raid, the last point of damage. Let's go. As is only right, winning with a Saga in saga.deck. Let's go. I ended the game in 9 life. Let's go. Sagas! Oh my gosh. 1 win out of Diamond. I mean, that deck just completely crushed pretty much everyone. There was a couple of kind of close games, but just utter dominance from the deck. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, the only games that were somewhat close were the ones where I like missed my 4th land drop for a long time. But after I hit it, the games would just like become not even close to close. Oh my gosh. That was just fantastic. What a win. That was truly excellent. And pretty proud of how that deck performed. I'm glad that I made the decision not to go with that Ow in pack 2, because black-green turned out to be so open, and warping my deck around that mythic would have tanked my draft a little bit. I don't think I would have performed as well. So taking the high road and going for the strong deck with 2 open colors turned out to be the stronger play, and really did work out. Hopefully we got to showcase some of these sagas. I mean, let's talk through some of the cards. Before I do, remember to hit the thumbs up button if you did like this video. It does help it succeed, helps more people find it. So hit the like button, subscribe for more draft content, and comment below with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. To let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave hashtag 7-win saga spectacular to let me know you made it all the way to the end. So leave that comment down below to let me know. It's always cool to see which viewers make it to the end. But yeah, let's talk about some of the cards. So starting it off with the sagas, I mean, Okiba Reckoner Raid really performed. Just nice little source of some life gain and just an efficient body. Azusa's Many Journeys was excellent as well. 3 life is a lot of life, and the fact that you get a 2-mana 3/3 out of the deal, sometimes some ramp is great. This card is fantastic in any deck. It was great in ours. And then Long Reach of Night really performed. I mean, we played all 3 of them in that one game, and we just got to see it just take over. I mean, it just performed great, even though we never really got to use the creature all that. I mean, we used the creature just to close the game after the first half kind of took over for us. Boseiju was great, as it usually is, and then Tales of Master Sashiro is just a solid card. We already kind of knew that. Springleaf Avenger was great. It worked especially well with the Searchlight Companion, which was a real standout in this deck. It really just gave me all the time I needed. There's a lot of 1 toughness cards in this set. There's a decent amount of like menace in this set. And this card really just let me kind of do what I needed to do, take some time. They were just disposable bodies, and the card really performed. And I'm going to be taking it higher now, and I think you folks probably should be as well. The card just really performed well. It works well with ninja stuff, works well with just late game stalling. Felt like great every time I got to cast it. Season of Renewal did good work. Fade into Antiquity was great. Gloomshrieker great. Bankbuster. I mean, I got past this card, and it was just like a nice rock solid value engine. It wasn't the most aggressive card because I wasn't really using it that aggressively, but I could also see decks where you just have the Bankbuster and you start attacking with your opponent as quickly as possible, and then just kind of take over that way. Like as soon as you can get a 3-powered creature, and then you start drawing cards once you can't anymore. Can't attack anymore. Leech Gauntlet performed great. Master's Rebuke, the importance of removal has to be highlighted. I mean, the March of Wretched Sorrows and the Master's Rebuke really came in handy for killing my opponent's key threats. Same with Fade into Antiquity. You just need to have removal in your decks, and you have to prioritize it, because if you don't prioritize it, sure, you might end up with an extra Okiba Reckoner raid over like a Twisted Embrace or something, but that's not, you're going to just lose the game when they play like a key card that you need to remove. And so having the ability to cast 1 to 2 removal spells a game is absolutely critical. So really happy to have had those. 17 lands felt like a sweet spot for this deck. Didn't have too many mana troubles. Even though I did miss my 4th land a couple times. And yeah, overall fantastic deck. Really was happy to be able to play it. If you did enjoy this video, remember that you can support my content at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. There's a ton of folks there helping me continue to make these videos, and you can join their ranks and gain access to some bonus content. Join that nice community there, and it really does help me out, and I appreciate all of the people who do so. Even a couple bucks a month does go a long way towards helping me make all of these videos. You can also check out in the description down below links to the Nicolai Bolas Twitter, Nicolai Bolas merchandise, Nicolai Bolas Twitch stream, my articles, all of that stuff in the description down below. And yeah, as always, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. It was a ton of fun, and I will talk to you next time.